Hi there, scrappers. I wanted to do a real quick video on how to download fonts to Cricut Design Space and then upload some SVG files to Cricut Design Space also. So I thought I'd show everybody just real quick how to get that done. So let's get started. This is a page that I was working on, and so I'm just going to save it real quick. Oops, if I could spell. Disney characters. All right. So there are a lot of really nice fonts available for us if you have a subscription to Cricut Access. And also, if you own cartridges and you've linked them, you'll have quite a few different choices from Cricut and your cartridges. So up here in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see all of the fonts that are available to you. And you'll see these three choices of all the fonts, system-only fonts, and Cricut-only fonts. And then over here on the right-hand side, you'll see a filter button where you could say, well, I only want to choose from the fonts that I own or that I have access to. There's another choice of a multi-layer font where you can have a shadow feature to whatever font you choose, and only those fonts will show up. You can do a single layer font and then finally a writing font. But let's pretend you're like, I just can't find the font that I want to use. Maybe there's something out there that I can find that's a little bit more appropriate for whatever project that you're going to do. So I'm going to show you how to do that. One of my favorite places to go is dafont.com. So it's DAFONT.com. These have, as far as I know, all free fonts. Sometimes they have a little disclaimer here that you could donate to the author of the font if you want, but it's totally optional. It is not something that you have to do. I try to stay with the ones that are just all free and look through and see what I can find. I have a project I did in Design Space that was a Star Wars page that I really liked, and I used a font from here, dafont.com, or dafont.com, yeah, and I downloaded it to my computer. So it was called Jedi, and then here are all the different fonts that came up. And so I was able to pick this one here and download it to my computer, and I was able to use it in Design Space, and it cut it out with no problem whatsoever. And the other part of it is I can still share my files with people publicly if I use these fonts. Sometimes, though, it'll change the font and you'll have to go and download it yourself on your computer. Other times people are like, yeah, I was able to cut it out. So I don't know the difference on why some people can and some people can't, but they're super easy to do. So I'm going to take you through it real quick. All right, since I already have this Star Jedi font, I'm going to go ahead and do the Star Killer font. I think that's kind of cool, and I'll be able to use that for my son. But I wanted to make sure it was a font that I didn't have. So I simply went over and clicked download. And then down in the bottom left-hand corner of my screen, it'll give me a zip file. So you simply double-click that, and then you'll have another window pop open here, and that's what's happening right now. Give it a second, it's working. All right, and so then you'll see the Star Killer folder and the Star Killer zip file. You want to click on the folder, and then you want to go down and look for the font that has an extension on it that says something TTF. All right, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different fonts that I can download from that Star Killer. This one's italic, this one's the outline italic, and this one's outline only, and then this is just Star Killer only. I'm going to start there. So I'm going to double click onto that, and then another screen will pop open. And if you see down here on my Mac, you'll see a font book. It opens a window that gives me a sample of what the font will look like. And if it is indeed what I want, then I'm going to install it. But let's look at the other one real quick since we can do that. There's the Star Killer outline, and I'm really not interested in that. Let's go to the italic. There's what the italic looks like. Yeah, not something I want. So I'm going to go with just the regular Star Killer. So down in the window that opened that shows me the sample, I'm going to hit Install Font. And it's saying, okay, we got to fix a couple things. So we're going to do that first. And then it's going to install that font onto my computer. And once it does, it'll open up this window here with the font that you selected. So these are all the extra fonts that I've either bought or I found and downloaded to my computer that I can actually use in Cricut Design Space. So once it's downloaded into my fonts, I'll go ahead and close that out. I'll close the file where they went ahead and downloaded. I'm going to get off to font.com and I'm going to go to Cricut Design Space. Now, here's the most important part. You need to reload. Once you downloaded that font, you have to reload Cricut Design Space in order for that font to be installed. So I'm just simply going to hit my reload button and it gives me a window. It's like, really, are you sure you want to reload? And yes, I do. All right. So now that it's opened back up, we're going to go check and see if that font is there. So I'm just going to type my name again real quick. And then I'm going to go to my font window. I'm going to type in Jedi since I know it's Jedi Killer. I don't see Killer. Where did it go? There it is, Star Killer. It wasn't Jedi Killer, my fault. All right, so it was called Star Killer. But if you look at the sample that it gives you, it does not look like Star Killer at all. It's okay. It's just because it hasn't, you know, downloaded to Design Space, but it will show up in the font that you chose. And there it is. It's the Star Killer font that we downloaded. So really, that's all that's to that. I'll show you one more time real quick. It's defont.com. You just type it in your address bar. You go to whatever font you want. I'm just going to take the Liar script. You hit download. It creates a zip file. Down here in the lower left-hand corner, double-click the zip file. Your computer will open it up. You hit the folder under the file that you downloaded, which is called Liar script. Double-click it. You look for the TTF extension or the OTF extension, and I'm going to stick with the TTF. There's the sample of what the font looks like. I like it. We're going to install it. It's going to fix any problems it has with it. And then it's going to install it into my fonts. I'm going to close those windows. I'm going to open up Cricut Design Space one more time. I'm going to hit reload and say, yes, I want to reload. I'm going to close some of this stuff. I'm going to type a new text. I'm moving this up just so you guys can see it a little better. Then I'm going to look for the font, L-I-A-R, Liar. There it is. And there's the new font. So that's all that's to that. And it's pretty simple. So I hope that helps with the downloading of the font. Now, uploading an SVG. There's a site that I really, really like. And it's Miss Kate's Cuttables. And she just has these amazing SVG files in totally just amazing colors and different groups and holidays and themes and categories that I just absolutely love. But here's the best part. She gives away a free SVG file every day right now. So the freebie of the day right now is this cracked Easter egg. And so when you go to her site, sometimes she'll have a freebie of the week. But right now it's a freebie of the day. She'll run it Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday it'll be the same freebie that was on Friday, and then Monday she switches it again. But they are completely adorable. This is like one of them that was probably yesterday. This one was a couple of days ago. The hip hop, the owl, which I think is adorable with the ears. That one was probably a couple days ago and I missed it, so I'm so bummed. But anyway, all right. So I went ahead and I purchased or downloaded for free the cracked Easter egg. And so after I went through and I added it to my cart and I checked out, it gave me a zip file to open. I'm not going to go ahead and add it to my cart, and I'm not going to check out because it shows all my personal information. So I'm going to leave it as it is, but I have created it already down in a download, and it's ready to go so I can upload it to Cricut Design Space. So much like what I was doing for dafont.com, for the fonts, I'm going to do the same thing for my SVG. So I'm going to click on my SVG zip file, and it creates a file folder for me in my downloads. Okay, I'm going to double click on that, and then it's going to give me a list of JPGs, PNGs, instructions for PDF, some license and copyright information, and then this is the part that's most important to us. We want SVG files for Cricut Design Space, okay? So there is one choice that we can make that says the Easter egg is a part, or we can save the Easter egg as one thing, it's all together. So I'm going to save it as an all-together Easter egg. And I always just put it on my desktop. So I just click and drag it over, and I just put it on my desktop, and it's there. Miss Kate's Cuttables, she lets you download up to 3 times. And on the free thing, on the free SVGs, I think she only gives you like 3 days. I can't remember which, but it's a pretty nice setup. I mean, it's just amazing. I completely recommend going to her site. And I get nothing for her site. I just am giving her a shout out because I love her work. Okay. So we're going to go now and decide, okay, we want to use that downloaded font that we got off of Miss Kate's Cuttables. But first we need to upload it to our Cricut Design Space. So I'm on a new project. I go to upload, and I'm going to hit simply upload image. And then it's going to give me this box. I'm either going to drag or drop the file here, or I'm going to browse for it. Well, since it's on my desktop, I'm just going to go ahead and browse for it. So I hit the browse button, and then it'll open up the window of my desktop. And then I'm going to go and look for, what was it? Oh, the egg, the geometric Easter egg together SVG. And I'm going to open it. I'm going to either rename it or leave it the way it is. And I like that it's geometric Easter egg together. And once I get this, then all I'm going to do is hit save. And now it is saved in all of my uploaded files. So if I want to insert this into the canvas or into Design Space on a project I'm working on, I'm just going to click on it and hit insert image, and there it is. And that's all that's to it. I mean, it's very easy, very user friendly. There are just a lot of sites out there. Another one is Loves SVG, which gives a lot of free SVG files also. And I really, really like them too. Let's see about going to that. But all of these are all free. So, and it's basically kind of the same thing. You know, if we decided that this is the one we want, we go down, we say, hey, we want an SVG, and we download the zip file. It goes down at the bottom. You click it. It opens up a file. There's the folder, Love God, Love People. Double click that. Take the SVG file, put it on your desktop. Go to Cricut Design Space. Go to Upload. Upload your image. Browse for your image. Look for the Love God, and this is usually in alphabetical order. There it is. Open. Check the name to see if you like it. I'm good with it. Hit Save in the lower right-hand corner. And then if you want to insert it, click the image, hit Insert Image, and there it is. That's all that's to it. So I hope you found this video really helpful. So sorry. And I will be putting up a couple of more videos this week on how to put together, sorry. I have asthma, so sorry about that. I'm going to do a couple of different posts on layouts on how to design them into Cricut Design Space. And then working with the slice tools so that you can create your own images to put inside your files or inside your designs that you save. Goodness. Okay, so I hope you have a wonderful night. Make sure to like or subscribe and look for my Facebook group and join that. I have hundreds of layouts that are available that you can just click on and open up and cut. It's all free. I don't charge anything. I believe in the old what's mine is yours philosophy, especially as a scrapbooking community. So I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.